Hello everyone and welcome back to Motion Recaps. Today we will narrate a mystery horror movie called The Hills Run Red. Watch out for spoilers. The movie opens with a little boy who is sitting next to a mirror while cutting his face. Blood is everywhere, and there is a strange mask next to him. The boy picks it up, and we are shown his mutilated face. The scene cuts off. A text plays over the screen. It tells us about a movie that got lost because it's so graphic and brutal. It has been pulled from cinemas, and director Wilson Concannon has vanished. A teenager named Tyler is researching the lost movie. His friend is on a call. He tells Tyler that he has found a girl who acted in the movie who is also Concannon's daughter. After that, he plays a trailer of the movie where the killer picks up teenage kids, one by one. His girl Serena comes to him wanting some attention, but Tyler is too devoted to the lost movie. Serena goes alone into bed, somewhat disappointed. Tomorrow, Tyler informs his best friend Lalo that he is going to find Concannon's daughter. Lalo is very cynical about the movie, but Tyler is passionate about it. His curiosity is enormous, and he wants to know why the movie got pulled from cinemas. Tyler goes to a strip club to find Concannon's daughter, Alexa, working as a stripper. He pays for a lap dance because he wants to talk with Alexa about the movie. Alexa doesn't talk at all. She just keeps dancing because there are cameras in the room, and she has no other choice. Alexa and Tyler are in the car. Alexa takes some coke and rubs it on her teeth. As Tyler drives away, we can see someone watching them. They get to a motel where Alexa is spending nights. Tyler finds out that she is a severe drug addict as she shoots some heroin into herself. He wants answers, but she is not giving him anything. She wants to have sex with him, but Tyler only wants answers about the movie. Serena and Lalo are watching a movie alone. They feel some kind of connection, and they end up sleeping together. Lalo gets a call from Tyler, who tells him that he found Alexa and that he and Serena should be ready in a few days. The next morning she wakes up tied to a bed. Tyler wants to get her off drugs. She has a painful recovery, full of severe cravings, but somehow she manages to get cured. Tyler, Serena, and Lalo are interviewing Alexa. She tells them that she was too little and she doesn't remember the movie. Serena is angry at Tyler because he spent a few days with Alex. He doesn't see a problem there. They enter into a car, intending to go and visit Concannon's house. They make a little stop in the woods. Alexa is walking alone when she finds a little doll on the ground covered with leaves. The doll has a missing face. All of a sudden, she has a wave of flashbacks with Babyface. Immediately after that, she sees him in the forest and screams. Tyler comes to her help. Then we can see a hand that stops a recording on an old camera. Later, while they are in the car, Alexa tells them that Concannon kept his movie in their house. They stop at a gas station from the movie. The gang interviews an old lady who tells them about rumors that Concannon used real blood for the movie. Also, they interview some hillbillies before moving on. The gang is now at the end of the road. They need to go through the woods so they can reach Concannon's house. Lalo shows Tyler that he packed a gun just in case. As they are walking deeper into the woods, Serena steps on something. It's a ribcage. Tyler finds an iron hook next to it, and he figures out that this is the place where the hook scene from the movie was filmed. Alexa gets a flashback. A woman is tied to the trees with barbed wire. Hooks are holding her arms and feet. Babyface is in front of her. He starts slowly cutting a rope that is tied to a branch that holds a woman's arms. At the moment when the rope is cut, the woman splits it in half. We can see that Alexa was there as a child and that she watched everything. The night falls. The gang is sitting near the fire while Alexa tells them the story about Babyface origins. His mother was sexually assaulted by some mountain man. She gave birth to a boy, but her husband hated him. So one day, the boy took scissors, and he mutilated his face. After that, he stitched a mask on his face. Tyler tells everyone that Babyface had a smokehouse where he mummified and cured corpses like bacon. Later that night, Tyler is looking at some video recordings he took. He sees a Babyface in the woods, caught in one of the frames. He sees that Lalo and Serena have something between them because she snuggles up near Lalo while they are sleeping. Alexa comes to Tyler, and she starts flirting with him. They are attacked and tied by hillbillies from before. They took their equipment and Lalo's gun. Hillbillies want to make a snuff movie with the gangs as victims. One of them takes Alexa to the nearest tree to sexually assault her. A bold one is filming, but he tosses the camera to his friend because he wants to join the action. Something hits him and he falls to the ground. The pickaxe is stuck in his back. The other hillbilly hears someone running in the woods, and he shoots a couple of rounds into the darkness. Babyface emerges and bites his arm, causing him to drop his gun. Babyface takes his pickaxe and shoves it into Hillbilly's head. The third one shoots Babyface a few times, but he gets his throat slashed anyway. Babyface shoves Alexa into the tree, but she starts singing him a lullaby, causing him to stop strangling her. She uses the opportunity to run into the woods, but Babyface goes after her. The rest of the gang manages to release themselves. Tyler goes after Alexa while Lalo and Serena go to get help. Tyler is running through the woods with the hope that he will find Alexa when he sees a Concannon's house. Tyler manages to sneak into it, filming everything. There he finds a dark room full of unprocessed photographic film. He is shocked when he takes one of the films and sees him and Alexa in the strip club. He gets out of the dark room, and he hears a weird mumbling sound. He enters another room, and he finds naked Alexa tied to a bed. He frees her and they go outside. Serena and Lalo are in the woods. She manages to get 911, but she cannot explain where they are exactly. Lalo finds out that the shotgun he carries is full of blanks. Lalo hears something in the woods, and they start running. After some good sprinting, Serena's hair gets tangled with some bush branches. Lalo helps her, but then they hear something. He lights one of his flares only to find Babyface in front of them. Serena runs away after Lalo tells her to. He is now alone with Babyface. He lights up another flare, ready to fight Babyface. To his surprise, Babyface pulls a gun and shoots him in the shoulder. After Tyler and Alexa manage to get outside, and Serena stumbles upon them. She tells them what happened with Babyface, and that Lalo bought time for her. All of a sudden, Babyface smashes the door and throws Taylor at the wall, knocking him out. Serena panics and starts running. Babyface gets to Alexa, but she tells him to fetch, and he starts chasing Serena. Serena gets into one barn. She is shocked when she finds mummified bodies hanging all around her. Babyface comes after her, but she manages to hide. He spends some time looking for her, and then he heads outside. Serena emerges from the barrel full of blood. She wipes herself and goes outside, but Babyface is standing in the barn, and he jumps on her. Taylor wakes up tied to a wheelchair. Concannon walks in, revealing that he is alive. Concannon then shows Tyler a video of him killing the first Babyface actor out of rage because he wasn't a good actor, and after that, Concannon played the role of Babyface. He tells Tyler that the current Babyface is his and Alexa's son and that the story about cutting his face and sewing a mask is real. Serena wakes up. Lalo is behind her. Alex puts a metal corset, with gaps, on Lalo. Babyface shows up and takes Serena down to the basement to reproduce with her. She tries to sing him a lullaby, but he speaks and tells her that there is no use in that. Alexa starts to tighten up the corset, and Lalo's flesh comes through gaps. She starts filming, and she starts to cut his stomach. At that very moment, Concannon comes pushing Tyler in the wheelchair. She is enraged because Alexa is filming without his permission. He starts criticizing her, telling her that she doesn't know how to torture someone. He calls Babyface, who shows up and puts a knife to Laylo's throat. Serena uses the chance of Babyface's absence, and she manages to escape. Concannon and Alexa have an argument that escalates so much that Alexa shoves a knife into Laylo out of rage. Their fight continues, and Alexa pulls Babyface's mask off as she accuses Laylo that disfigurement is his fault. Babyface drops himself on the floor, trying to find a mask to hide his face. The fight ends when Concannon shoots Alexa. Babyface is devastated. He comes to his mother and takes his mask off. She caresses his disfigured face while dying. Babyface then kills Concannon out of anger. Tyler is next, but Serena saves him by impaling Babyface through the stomach and killing him. Tyler thinks that they are saved, but Alexa is still alive, to their surprise. She knocks both of them out with a shovel. Tyler wakes up all tied up in a home theater with a bunch of dead bodies around her. Concannon's and Laylo's bodies are there. Alexa shows up, and she shows him an original Lost movie. Babyface is killing everyone without mercy, blood is everywhere. There is a scene of Babyface dancing with a dead girl, and after that scene, the movie transitions to the recordings of Tyler and his gang. Tyler is laughing like crazy while he is watching the movie. The screen goes black. The next thing we see is Alexa entering a shack. There is a camera next to her. Serena is lying tied to the bad pregnancy. She carries Babyface's child. Alexa gets near her stomach and starts singing a lullaby that she sang to Babyface. And that's it for today's movie. If you had a good time watching it, make sure to subscribe to our channel in order to see more interesting movie recaps.